Welcome back to Masked Radio Sports Talk presented by 3.5 Athletes on Loot Air Student Radio. My name is Christian Bond. I am PLU's half athlete. I am joined by Drew Artisoni of PLU men's basketball and Kellen Westring, formerly of PLU football.
Does that sting every time he says that?
We have to figure out what I have to call you because...
Well, it's like when I hear formally, it's like, whoa, I am.
It hits you again.
It hits me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping to play football in Europe. Hopefully, whatever team I sign with, we could say he's a dragon. You know.
So, what am I going to call you for the rest of the year? Am I going to call you like a transitioning wide receiver?
And for
You're
the rest,
in the middle phase
for the rest of the free agent, he's a free agent. He's a free agent.
Yeah,
free
I
agent.
like that.
Okay, we'll
He's
go
a
with free agent.
He's
No,
a free agent.
that.
Good choice.
Okay, first off,
Good choice.
wow,
Free agent wide receiver Kellen Westring. That's actually really good.
That's
okay,
perfect.
We're going to use that.
thank you.
All right. Good job, Drew.
That's the only comment I've ever gotten for Christian all year.
Speaking of Drew, PLU basketball is in full swing this week. Last weekend, both the PLU men and women played in the Doug MacArthur Classic at Puget Sound. Puget Sound got $5 of my dollars for me to go watch a couple
The
of
Tribune badge didn't work?
I don't know where it is right now.
Oh, okay.
Like, I would have
Because if
tried
you give them a loot card, they're not getting you in for free.
no
that's
loot
for
card,
sure.
but I was going to try the Tribune badge, and I couldn't. I wasn't in my car, so I was like,
You can make like 5 of those things.
Yep. Watch John Shaw play with his credit card. I mean, they got us for our money. So anyway, the men went 1-1 on the weekend. Drew, how do you feel your team played last weekend?
Well, we came out against the defending national champions in St. Thomas to start out the week.
Mm-hmm.
We started in the first half. They came out and had a huge 17-2 run, 15 straight points in 2 minutes by one kid. Shot the snot out of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That pretty much broke our back. I mean, we beat him in the second half after we made some adjustments at halftime offensively and defensively. But that 15-point spurt there kind of knocked us on our butt, and we really couldn't come back from that. Turned around the next day. Well, then there was the bench production, the 39 points,
Yes.
28 of which was by that one kid who hit the 15 in a row.
St. Thomas outscored PLU 39-2 in bench production that night. So
And,
that's,
yeah, and
wow.
I was the 2.
Drew was the 2. It's tough to. They outscored Drew 39-2.
It was a tough. It was a tough.
Come on,
life.
Drew.
I forgot my other 37 points at home.
For real.
I apologize. Next day we go back to Puget Sound to play the Evergreen State Geoducks. Evergreen State, who these seniors
They need a new mascot.
who these seniors have not beat since they've been here. This was a pretty special game for that reason, especially because last year with 8 seconds left, we missed a shot. They were up 6 or 7, and they took the ball down to the other end and dunked the ball on us before the clock ran out. And so that kind of stuck in. That taste kind of was left in our mouth, and we had to come out and get some revenge. Team played really well. Struggled a little bit at the beginning of the game to score, but got Brandon Lester going in the second half with some changes in offense. Had some guys step up. Tip of the hat to Josh Barrett for not playing a lot of minutes his entire career, being a walk-on, and we need a spark off the bench. Coach Dickerson reached into his bag of tricks, pulled out Josh Barrett. Josh had 6 points, I think 3 rebounds, and did his deal. It was good to see Josh get some minutes, especially with the absence of both Eric Swartout and Tyson Burr. So we will.
Was Tyson out with the shins still?
Tyson was out for the game. So for the weekend. So
And Eric was sick.
They held Tyson out. Eric got hurt at the end of the Multnomah game. He is recovering. So we'll see what happens at that point guard position. It was kind of interesting having Brandon bring the ball up the court. We're just looking forward to Northwest now. Northwest is a great team, hoping to start the season 3-1, going into our Thanksgiving tournament here to play Whittier on Friday. So we're just kind of, we played well. We could have beat St. Thomas though, and that's what we're saying. But 8 points to the national champions who are in the rankings, and we're not even getting a vote is a pretty big step.
Absolutely.
Yep. So we know about the Brendan Lesters, Dylan Foremans, and Jared Christie's of this team. And if you don't know about them, you're going to hear about them all year long. They're big production guys for this team. I think that bench productivity is going to be huge for this team this season. So, Kellen, who are some crucial players to this team's success?
Well, just because I'm not just saying this because he's in the room, but I think what Drew Artisoni does extremely well is he knows his role, and that's something that you really can't coach. A lot of guys don't know their role, and they're on these teams and they're jacking up threes when they should be shooting lay-ins. And I think that's what I love about Drew. He knows his role. He's going to take charges. He's going to get everyone fired up on the court, and he's going to score when he needs to, and that's what I love about Drew. So Drew continuing to keep that up for the season. But Kyle Sawtell, who's a buddy of mine, had a class with him last year, has had the injury bug, but he only averaged 4.5 points last season. But this season, he's getting more looks at the basket. He scored 19 points against Multnomah, 18 against St. Thomas. Has great range, can shoot from deep. Could be a big-time spark for this offense if they want to try to get to these playoffs for the NCAA tournament. We mentioned Tyson Brewer is kind of having an injury bug right now. But this guy, what is he, 6'3", Drew? I mean, this guy's a 6'3" point guard, extremely athletic, had a big-time 9-point performance against Whitman last season. Could be a big addition to this team when it comes to playing time. Will be a great compliment to Brandon Lester in the backcourt there. And this is one of those things where you have a guy who's, 6'12", Garth. Mm-hmm. I mean, 6'12" was a joke, by the way. Mm-hmm. But this guy has so much potential. And I think it's one of those things where I just want to shake him and say, Garth, you can average 15 a game. Mm-hmm. You can average 16 rebounds a game. You can average 5 blocks a game. Drew, what do we have to do to get this guy going?
It's a great question.
This guy being Garth West, like I said,
Garth
the big
West,
man now.
Garth West, Drew Artisoni's former roommate.
Oh, very nice.
Wow.
What do we have
Does
to
he
do?
snore?
What do we have to do to get Garth going? If we knew the answer to that question, he would be doing what you're asking him to do.
He'd already be gone.
If we knew the answer to that question, he'd already be on an All-American list. If we knew the answer to that question, we have no idea the answer to that question. Probably why you're seeing me play 15 of my 18 minutes a game at the 5 instead of at the 1 or the 2 or the 3. Mm-hmm. So that's Coach Dickerson every single day. You know, Garth probably wouldn't mind me saying this. Asks Garth why he starts and why he plays, and Garth has to give him the same answer every single day. You want to know what he has to say to him, or else he runs. You know what the same answer is?
What?
Because I deserve to. Because
cool.
He sat behind Bryce for 3 years. Bryce, who played every minute at the 5 since he was a freshman.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so Garth's coming in now, not playing a whole lot of minutes. So it's kind of trial by fire with him, and Dickerson's trying to put it through his head that you are in there because you deserve to be in there.
He's
because
instilling
you can
confidence
score.
in him.
Yeah,
confidence is what he needs.
And that's what he needs. And that's what he needs. So we're going to see what Garth can do. We're really excited for the kid. There's nobody on the team we want to succeed more than Garth.
Right.
There's nobody, everybody around.
agree.
Garth's success is key to this team being successful.